What is up, Overwatch Odyssey? Is Zoran coming at you again live here for an exciting, what would maybe seem friendly surface level, but a highly competitive match, as this match definitely counts. We have got XL2 A and XL2 B. A lot at stake here tonight, as XL2 B has to win if they want to come away with the number 2 seed. XL2 A hoping to swipe away the number 3 seed and come away on top tonight. But I will not be doing a whole lot of talking, thankfully. Here in the booth, we have got the one, the only Ray, giving you the lead casting.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ray, or Bogus Bonus. I'm the hitscan DPS for Munchkins and a caster in some of these matches. I absolutely cannot wait for this showdown. Yeah.
It should be a good one for sure, but also in the booth with Ray, we have got Zach, a.k.a. the GOAT himself. What's good?
How's it going, man? It's me, under many monikers, Zach, Killer Queen, MLZ, Rhea Scrummery, however you may know me, head coach of all of the XL2 teams.
A little bit of insight.
Yeah, putting in some work and giving some insight to these two teams. Looking forward to that, but we are still waiting for the map pick from XL2A as well as the roster submission here. But it looks like everyone is in lobby. XL2B has gone ahead and opted to ban Lijiang Tower, which leaves Oasis, Busan, Samoa, and Ilios to pick from. I feel like I asked this question a lot, but I guess I'll defer to Zach here. Of these maps, is there one that you feel like these teams pick the most?
Teams in league or our teams in general? I think the answer might be honestly the exact same for both of them. Lijiang Tower, I think, is the most played map, but I don't. It isn't. It is rotation this week. Yeah, definitely Lijiang. I feel like it's almost in every single game every week, right? It happens at least
it's
3 times.
Banned recently.
I have been seeing it get banned. Yeah. I guess it's I got overplay and no one wants to play on it.
Yeah.
Lijiang's a lovely map though, but it is banned today. So.
Yeah, Lijiang is going to be banned, and it looks like XL2A is going to opt to pick Ilios. So now we're just waiting on that roster order, and we will be getting things underway. Does the Ilios pick catch you by surprise?
Not at all. With the absence of Mr. DeRolls at the moment, very much a map that we should be playing here.
I mean, I've seen it a lot, but Fogsy's Lucio definitely a sight to behold. And I mean, Ilios is sort of the home for Lucio when it comes down to it. So maybe hoping for a couple boop kills, couple environmentals maybe
From Mr. Fogsy, I'd like to see it. He's a interesting specimen when it comes to Lucio.
All Lucio players are.
They are. I know firsthand.
Well, what team compositions do you think are going to be played here? So when it comes down to Ilios, I know you can do a lot. You can have dive with the Winston, which is like sort of the most common competitively, but with knowing what these two tank players sort of go for, what do you think the team comps will be looking at Ilios?
Archer and Flubbertree are both massive Junker Queen enjoyers. They are very big Junker Queen fans, but they both know better not to play that god-awful character. No hate to Junker Queen, of course. Love the character. Just not good right now. Archer, knowing his team, Winston would probably be the best for this current setup. A nice coordinated Winston dive team. B team is definitely more of a brawl team. Something around Ramatra probably would be their best bet. But let's see what they think without me there. Let's see what they're thinking.
I mean, agreed. But you know what? If Archer ends up playing the Winston, which is very very possible and would be a good choice because they have Speedy on the Genji. Joe Mama showed a pretty good tracer. I think the Queen may be able to match that. I'll be honest. Golden Hash Brown, they're really good on the tracer, having gone up against them myself, and Win can deal a lot of damage on the Ash. So this is honestly, not going to be a one and done here. We're gonna have to see how these teams adapt while these matches go on.
No, it should be a great matchup, one for the books. This one should go down in history.
And we are just waiting on the ready from XL2 B, and there it is. So we will now head into Ilios.
Now arriving at Ilios.
Okay. We've got the well here. Definitely looking pretty well for the Lucio players. If to get that hit off an environmental kill. Again, hoping for one.
Oh, if it's well, Archer, shout out from last season, the hog hole champion. So
Ooh.
we might be seeing that come out of retirement.
Hog hole champion. Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. It'd definitely be interesting to see into the the brawl. If XL2B doesn't bring anything good to try and match that hog, they might end up just falling. But we are seeing a little bit of we're seeing a Hazard and a D.Va here. Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. Hazard being played a good bit in China right now. D.Va's just all around very strong.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And you've got the
Round 1.
Ana Lucio for the side of XL2 A. You've got a sort of aggressive brawly DPS lineup here for XL2 B.
Double speed.
Yeah, here comes the final, or the first fight here, as Joe Mama will be focused hard.
Golden starting things off very strong. Speedy does have to escape right now. Fogsy is on the prowl though.
Archer will get demech'd. Flubbertree with a nice slash, and that sort of just felt like a one and done fight.
Yeah, that was quite one-sided on the side of XL2B.
Flubbertree will fall asleep in the back line, possibly looking for something, and XL2A will now be 5 to get into this next fight. Flubbertree's going to fall very low from this split angle pressure, forced to
just finish the kill.
Dash back. And a good focus on the Fogsy is able to get that opening pick and
good bit of backline trading going on.
Unfortunately, Flubbertree did not have any assistance, so they were able to get one pick, but it just wasn't enough. 1
for 1 so far on the team fights. It's going just about how we assumed here. Very, very even field plays. A lot of experience going up against each other in internal scrims, but let's see how it goes out when it matters the most.
All right, there's a nice dash from Speedy.
Interesting decision from Golden Hash Brown.
And Win will fall really low, as well as Illusionist, but Archer's gonna be forced to use those boosters and come back and sort of just keep alive. High Noon from Win, and that beat will get a lot. The High Noon just finds nothing, and the downpour will come, and that is...
Flubber might die for it.
Flubber gets really low, still holding on to the point, but Win is able to get Joe Mama from behind. Archer is there with the peel, but it's met with an orbital onto point. Archer can't really do much other than back up and stall here.
He's taken out by Flubber. Archer drops the mech just for a little longer on the point.
That's looking to be very, very good for them. Archer will fall very low. Golden Hash Brown gets booped in, forced to copy. Copy gets burned very quickly, and Golden Hash Brown is found very low. Speedy tries to match this. There's the blade. Gets
It's a
two
great blade.
Ajax. It's Fogsy.
Fogsy showing shades of Violet like always.
And yeah, that one will be a quick 1-0 fight to push XL2 B out. 80% on the point here.
Golden Hash Brown swaps off the Echo onto the Tracer.
And win on the Sojourn as well. Has been for a bit, but there's Flubbertree with a nice initiation. Wall and dash getting 2.
XL2
really just
B
Archer on point.
came out way stronger than the past few fights on this one, ending it very quickly.
Just a good coordination by Flubbertree.
Let's see if XL2 A can come back with something just as strong. Slight bit of ult disadvantage, but if they get it done quick enough, it won't matter.
Exactly. This is still a no fight until Flubbertree gets that down 4. And Golden Hash Brown and Win will take down 2. The down 4 is able to get Sonic, but nobody's there to deal with him. And Archer gets demech'd. Sort of left alive in this baby state.
Last fight territory, and he's in Baby Diva.
Yeah, sort of just hoping for that mech, trying to spam here, and there's the beat to engage from Sonic. A nice wall,
It
but
does
Speedy
get the
will
touch.
touch. Flubbertree gets slept in anti in the back line and goes very low, and there's the overclock on the other side of the point.
Winmerlick's half wall ulted. Archer with the
Golden
team
Hash Brown will get smushed, but Win will take down Speedy. Fogsy will take down Joe Mama, and Flubbertree.
Takes out Fogsy.
And it's really just Archer on point stalling here. There's the orbital ray to sort of just end this out.
Orbital just for a little bit of insult to injury. Round 1 going to XL2 B.
Score.
That one was pretty close, all things considered. I'm interested to see what both of these teams have to bring out on Lighthouse.
I would like to see Golden Hash Brown's Echo on Lighthouse here, but not sure he's going to pull it out after his performance on the whole.
The Tracer was doing really well. It had some good impact. I just think these swaps maybe were a little too late, a little too wanted on the side of XL2A. That Diva was sort of just there for that last fight. Had that mech back late and was able to just get staggered a little bit.
Yeah, XL2A is going to have to. They're gonna have to find a foothold here. They almost feels as if they walked their way into 99%.
Possibly. There would be a little bit of a trade here as Flubbertree and Archer go in. The objective is unlocked, and Speedy from XL2A will be the one to cap. As Flubbertree with a long leap, Sonic drops very low on a point with a good focus, takes him out. There's a wall to try and split it out. Archer will opt to demech and sort of reset here.
B team takes a hold of the objective for the first time.
A quick next fight will commence as Speedy makes a dive onto Win. Win is able to slide out, and it's sort of a high ground change.
Originus is taken out.
A nice,
Those
nice
Winmerlicks.
pick. But Flubbertree's there to match it. Flubbertree's able to make a difference with this hazard. Archer will use the boosters to get Fogsy off the map. and it is just looking like Golden Hash Brown on the point, throws that pulse bomb, gets
Nom nom
very
nom.
quick.
Joe Mama off of the hit scan onto the tracer.
My ultimate is charging.
About to see some wonders from Mr. Joe Mama. This guy's great.
See how this Tracer 1v1 will go out. Both of these Tracer players are really great players, so it will be interesting. Golden Hash Brown falling very low.
Golden does forced recall, I believe.
Like a beat will start off from the side of XL2 A, and A will try to look for a pick here, but a nice disengage from the B team.
Tracer 1v1 on the left side of the map.
There's the downpour, and Win will be the first to fall.
Win relax.
As well as Sonic, and Clevertree will pick up Kaz. Archer will trade with Illusionist, though. This is not a lost fight yet. Not over yet. There's the brawl on the point as Archer will fall very low. There's the pulse bomb from Joe Mama, goes wide, and BD will find the Hash Brown. There's the nano on the Archer with the mech with a lot of health. Archer just needs to find a good target, and that target is the overclocked Sojourn, which will pick off Kaz, and the point will flip with Archer demeching.
Benrelix using ult right at the very end of that fight there. Maybe a bit of a waste.
Pretty ballsy in the face of the D.Va, but was able to get the Ana, so I don't think it was a waste. It also pulled some good aggression. Just sort of what they need.
That it did.
Golden Hash Brown forcing a recall far back as Win gets a nice shot onto Sonic. And there's the pulse bomb from Golden.
Ooh.
Able to take Kaz out. There's the flip though. That flip was very interesting. Joe Mama was able to sit on the point.
Tracer
and
won.
get that. And now Archer can sort of just stall with his team. They don't need to win the fight because they've technically already won it with that flip. Archer will get demech'd and the wall will come out. There's the flip back, but they've already got 89%. Archer will be focused, and XL2A needs a group up here if they want to.
You have to win here. Speedy has Blade. It could be what decides this fight here.
Unfortunately, Kaz would just be found in a bad position, and Speedy will die with the Blade. I don't think there's anybody to touch. Joe Ma was just a tad too late. And that's XL2 B taking the first.
XL2 B.
I think all things considered, Win played really well. Both teams played really well. And even I can't even tell if this is going to be, if this is decided. Absolutely not. It's really just dependent on how these teams can adapt to their enemies here. And I mean, we've seen XL2B come back a little bit on that sort of on the back end of those two fights or those 2 points, and they've been doing really well.
It's definitely winnable on the side of XL2A. I think they need to slow down some of their pushes when it comes to mandatory fight win territory.
I think also
on the side of support, they need to we need to maybe lose the Lucio.
You either lose the Lucio or lose the Ana, in my opinion.
The Ana can't be lost in this scenario. Mr. K7 here might be a one trick. I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
All right. Well, I mean, the Ana is an interesting play with the team comp just because of, or I suppose against the team comp, just because of how easy that Tracer and Hazard are able to sort of just focus that, focus the target and get that easy pick.
I think B team is coming into this with that knowledge, knowing these two teams knowing each other so well. B team knowing Speedy is a 2-trick, KA7 may or may not be a 1-trick. They know where they can manipulate the weaknesses of XL2 A the best.
Hmm. We're looking at the game mode pick of hybrid versus escort. Looking at this here, seems a little bit interesting. It looks like XL2A has the pick to go to hybrid. Correction on that. There are no decisions being made yet. Seems like a unanimous agreement on playing King's Row. Probably a thing that they would play in scrims, and just sort of, the brawl v brawl is probably something that this team likes to run. I mean, Zach, have you seen a lot of Kings with these teams here? Could you give us
a good bit? They're
insight?
Kings fans. It's a bit of a fan favorite in the XL2 community. They love we love Kings Row for some reason. The map has been forsaken since Overwatch 2 came out, but nostalgia exists.
Well, I mean,
so they love it.
Still called Scrims Row for the most part. So, but I believe XL2 B will pick sides, and they choose defense, and we will see John go in for XL2 B instead of Flubber, and we will maybe seeing a Sigma here.
Mr.
Number one
John
Sigma,
Sigma himself.
John Sigma caster. It's all man of many names.
Never been a joke.
DPS wise, what are you expecting to see here? Assuming we're getting that like Sigma mirror, or you might see John on the Ramatra. What do you think is going to go DPS?
You're going to watch out for
like...
Winrelex's Widowmaker here.
Yeah.
Tip from a previous scrim, actually, I think it was yesterday. Winrelex may or may not have completely backpacked this exact map on the Widowmaker.
I mean, if anyone can, Win can. I definitely I can definitely see that though. So we will have to keep an eye open. Do you think there's a possibility Joe Mama could match that Widow, or Speedy on the Genji could, be able to sort of deal with it enough?
Me knowing Joe well enough, I think he will want to match the Widowmaker very much.
Nice.
But if the ego doesn't take a hit, Hillman Speedy will just run it down. Probably Tracer Genji.
I mean, yeah, the Tracer Genji can end up cooking, especially against like a Widowmaker comp. You can overwhelm her, she can't really do much. But we are seeing Ramatra May from XL2. I believe that's XL2 B, Ramatra May.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe sights of a Winston from XL2 A. We'll have to see though.
A little bit of a Winston dive comp on the Kings Row attack.
I mean, I believe that is what's being played in China. I think Winston Hazard and some Diva are sort of what's going on, and you know, it's definitely able to do a lot of work. The Winston immediately jumping onto Win, able to block that bug temporarily as Win is going to back up. Another jump into the back line, uses the bubble. John pops the Nemesis form, and Archer will have to sort of back out here. Golden Hash Brown gets very low, but a good slow will stop a dive here, and
B team is getting funneled off the point.
Gosh, that
Speedy with
perfect
all the
funnel
value.
with a crazy nade, able to have Speedy just pick up 4, and Archer just the.
A-Team just corralled everyone into the choke, and Speedy took the most of an advantage of it. Coming in hot, Speedy.
That anti-nade was a work of art. It landed perfectly in the middle of 3 or 4 enemies, and that is such a really good first point. And we see a switch over onto the Cassidy, maybe opting to save that Widow, that wild card for attack. We will have to find out. Win gets a nice opening pick onto Speedy, and that Cassidy is sort of just rolling through with this brawl. That nade is really lethal for Archer. Just if they want to jump out, they sometimes just can't, just because of that nade.
Cassidy Hinder nade does get very annoying on a character like Winston.
What we're looking here is a very close hold. There's the jump. Golden Hash Brown is able to get a nice pick onto Joe Mama, and there's the Nano Blade as the beat comes out from Fogsy, able to connect on most of the team. Win will fall before that though, and Archer will try to get a pick, but Golden Hash Brown's able to, with the help of his team of course, take him out before then.
Great beat from the side of Fogsy to keep everyone alive after that blade.
You know, whenever the beat comes out with a Nano Blade, I get a little worried about the Ajax, but there's a lot of ultimates coming out. John with the Annihilation and a possibly misplaced window as Joe Mama popped the High Noon, the Zone, and the Orbital, as well as Archer popping the Primal. A lot of ults here. Win will try and High Noon to either reload or finish off Archer. I can't really tell, but everyone will just sort of be in a sense of backing up and going
Illusionist
forward.
is taken out deep in enemy territory.
And Joe Mama will walk through, taking down both DPS.
Very good fight from the side of XL2 A.
XL2 A is back in payload possession with 3 minutes on the clock, coming close to first checkpoint.
Oh, no one is touching.
Oh, but a nice anti-nade takes Fogsy down, takes John down, and
They will be getting the second point.
Exactly. 4 minutes, just over on the clock.
Interesting decision from B team to not regroup to get a touch there. They definitely had time.
We might be seeing the John Sigma quite possibly here. There's the Nano onto Archer, as it's a nice sleep in the back line, but that Monkey is going to wake up soon, and Illusionist will be the focus. Illusionist falls very low. Sonic will find Win, but Archer falls flat in the back line. And it is a 4v4, but XL2A does not have, or XL2, yeah, A, sorry, does not have the tank.
John just walks the space forward.
Yep, and they're holding another close angle. There's the drop back, and it's allowing Speedy and Archer to take some space here. Speedy falls very low and is the target of John's
anti
Nemesis form.
Both teams decide to reset here after the anti-nade.
Here's the next fight. as Sonic will initiate, go in with his tank. Joe Mama pops the high noon. Just John to go down to half after.
Archer takes out Winrelex. Archer gets deleted by Golden again, though. Fogsy's taken out by K7 here.
Golden Hash Brown picking off both.
Speedy's in dire need of some heals.
We're seeing a lot of ults from XL2 B. 5 against almost 5. 5 against 4. It's going to see how they're going to use these ults in order to overwhelm. There's a lot of ults popping off Nano and the Blade and the
Oh, Ajax again.
Oh no, Ajax onto Fogsy. That Nano Blade, I might have even spoken it into existence. It's really just John on the point here with the Annihilation. It's able to do a little bit
with the juggle.
Yeah, and Fogsy will come back, admittedly without beat, but it is not able to save John. Golden Hash Brown on the Tracer is able to take out KA7 and take Sonic.
Golden, Dying Wish.
Yeah, and Speedy will find win, and this is looking better and better. There's the high noon from Joe Mama, able to sort of force the enemy team to cower, and Fogsy will fall very low. John's still on
Joe Mama.
Oh my gosh.
18 gets it in with 1:07 to spare.
1:07.
Or it would have been, no, it's 1:07.
To 3, switching sides.
That was a pretty good defense, all things considered, dealing with that like 4-minute time bank. A minute is pretty ideal. You know, at some point you can't really ask for more. But now we see XL2 B on the defensive. This is where that Sigma could possibly come out. They'd opt to play high ground. I mean, Golden Hash Brown was doing a great job punishing the monkey, and I think it's very possible for a full complete of this map and going on to a round 3.
I also agree. Very much. Joe does appear to be asking for a pause that is not going to get acknowledged.
I mean, mid-match, I don't think...
Never mind, he says. He might be trolling.
He might be trolling. Might be trolling the spectators a little bit. Short pause there, but we will be seeing win on the Widowmaker for that attack. Oh, and I'm correct that John is on defense or attack here, so a little bit worse for the Sigma. Archer will match the Ramatra. John will go for a very wide flank. Golden Hash Brown able to find Kaz. John with that flank is able to take down Sonic, but Speedy and Archer take down ones of their own. And now, with all of these trades, it's really just Archer there to sort of live and have to fight for a retouch, if possible.
I think it is possible. Just will he live through it is the question here.
Well, with arms, there's a possibility. There's the wall and the slow as both forms will come out, and it's looking like a pretty bad brawl on the point. John and Win will find one of their own. Joe Mama will take out John, but Win is right back there to clap back, and I think XL2 A is able to, or XL2 B is able to cap this one here.
Finally taking control of the point here.
For the 5 minutes, almost close to the same speed as last time. There's the really aggressive rush to try and get possibly a little bit more than they thought was there, but yeah, that's Fogsy on point. Sort of just pushing the payload and doing what they're supposed to, and it'll be a 5v4. Fogsy looking like they DC'd. That might have been a small DC there. From Fogsy. 4.5 minutes on the clock. For XL2 B. A little small setback from the beat ultimate charge. However, it's okay.
Fogsy's router looking a bit like his beats tonight. All love, Fogsy. I know you'll watch this over.
While we get into this pause, I mean, what are you liking specifically about XL2 A here? After seeing how they played on Ilios, maybe not really coming out on top in the end.
The Speedy Genji, by far the most. I'm going to be honest. This guy has turned it up 11 notches since the first map here, and is showing them why he might be the best DPS in XL2. He wants that moniker. He wants to be known. They want people to put respect on his name.
I mean, speaking of respect, we have to respect KA7. Like, I don't think there is enough respect to the amount of space that Ana has been making, the value that they've been getting with their nades specifically. I mean, that is the entire reason why that Winston comp even worked for as long as it did, just because of those nades. I think I'm absolutely enjoying what I'm seeing out of them.
It's a bit of a student versus master here. When KA7 joined the XL2 rosters, Mr. Illusionist and I had gone over all of his VODs to give him a good bit of notes on Ana here. So
I was about to mention that. I feel like there is a rivalry between Illusionist and KA7. This is the fight commencing as the pause drops. It's looking like a very back and forth here as the EMP goes out.
Win relax you, dirty pig playing Sombra.
A brawl continues on to point here as Archer will be forced to drop back. There's the annihilation from John. And
Archer matches for
probably just for the sustain here.
Yeah.
Half Brown's going to open the overclock. Maybe even gonna kill Archer. And
it is an all domino effect.
They do not want to lose this point, evidently, though. And even after they use both of their support ults at the end there, because of the DC, it's really only Illusionist with the ult. John will take that opening pick onto Sonic during this fight, and there's the Speedy Blade as K7 will find Fogsy. Speedy will take John down as well with the sword, and
Speedy striking fear into the hearts of many here with this Dragon Blade.
Most definitely, I agree with you that the Speedy Genji is quite an improvement.
He finally got on with enough sleep. That's what I'll say.
And Win will sort of walk into the back line and take out Joe Mama. A little caught by Speedy, but able to get the assassination out as John walks up far with the arms, but Speedy's still running amok in the back line. standing on business.
Speedy is not giving up. Hacked by
Against
the...
two, hacked with the Lucio. It just takes a lot to drop this force of nature.
He does not want to give it up at all. Archer
Nano
needs another
onto
nano to stay
Archer.
alive longer on point.
Very quick built as well. As
Very fast.
As XL2 B are forced to sort of just back up here.
I'm ready to overclock.
No, only one pick off the nano, but honestly, it was worth it.
Oh, just a little.
Very much worth it. Just the nano kept them alive in that team fight.
We've got a beat engage coming in as both Annihilations proc, and they're sort of just staring at each other,
Yeah, we
punching
got a bit of a
themselves
golden
while-
gloves in the middle of the ring here.
Yeah.
John looks like
While,
John's losing.
XL2 B
Oh,
sort of just
saved
sort
by
of
his
just
teammates. Never
walked
forget
over.
that, John.
Yeah. XL2 B sort of just walked over the back line as those golden gloves happened, or they sort of just won their individual fights, which allowed them to overpower Archer on point.
XL2 A cannot be getting caught in those ones. They need to stay grouped up as a team. Don't let B get their way with these ones.
It's go time.
This is an overclock from Joe Mama, matched by Golden Hash Brown. Joe Mama was able to find Foxy, but Golden Hash Brown takes down Joe Mama, and yeah, that's Kaz also
Golden
dead
Hash Brown.
popping
1,
off.
2, 3.
3 headshots with that overclock. Now it will be 2-1, but Illusionist with some nice kunai placements will pick off Joe Mama. There's the rally and an EMP taking all. Speedy's able to find win, and a nade goes out onto point. Fogsy will fall because of it. Golden Hash Brown falling very low with the Speedy Blade, and it's not over yet. John and Joe Mama are fighting it out on point here. Sort of just a ring around the rosy match as John falls very low. Now he's going to have to be forced to back up.
Them out. Great job on the side of XL2 A to just keep a hold of it by the skin of their teeth.
And that's a nice pick from Golden Hash Brown. And it is just a nano on the Archer, trying to walk as forward as possible. Speedy wins that one on the win.
John does have to get out here.
Very low.
Doesn't escape.
John will be focused down, and Archer will run amok on the back line. It's Dyke. Golden Hash Brown
with another great pick.
Absolute, like, frack shot. Archer, we see the Annihilation live.
Goodness, Speedy.
Looking here. No, Speedy will get hacked, unfortunately. Joe Mama will have to...
Good pick on Illusionist from Sonic there.
Illusionist will fall, but Archer finds that all of his friends are dead around him. Archer will get hacked, unable to pop the Annihilation because of the hack. And that will be Speedy just a touch at 0.2 meters. Fogsy will drop the beat. I'm not getting Ajax again, he says. And Joe Mama will touch, but it just cannot stay on for long enough.
Not at all.
Round 2 in overtime, I believe. And it's looking like
right before.
It's looking like, yeah, a minute time bank for XL2 B and 2 minutes for XL2 A.
Let's see if XL2 B can do anything with their 2 team fights worth of time.
Ready for battle.
They are starting off on the attack, it appears.
Yeah, and we'll probably see that that Ramatra, I assume. The Sombra was putting in a lot of work as well. Able to get a lot of opening picks, or maybe even get picked picked off in the opening, but still able to make some space and put some pressure on XL2 A. We're seeing Speed Rat, the speedy
Speedy
on the
making an
Junkrat.
interesting decision, taking the hot hand off the field.
Yeah.
2, 1.
And Archer going for the defensive Winston. Could be an interesting pick. Golden Hash Brown on Widowmaker and win. Okay, probably just looking for a pick, but switching off to the Echo quite quickly. This is going to look like a very unorganized defense here.
Very
And
much.
XL2 B will just sort of rotate around. They find Speedy, and Golden Hash Brown's able to take that pick on the Joe Mama themselves. And the Dynamite from Win will find that too. This defense probably did not plan out as good as they thought it would.
I don't think they knew what it was going to do. I don't know what the interesting decision to play it how they did, and showed them it's not the correct choice.
I mean, just one more fight to end this round, so XL2 A need to make some good moves here, and they're going to wrap around top with the Winston. This is looking a little interesting.
Very.
The Winston Genji will be the core for this dive as Genji goes out, but the Winston just drops. Golden Hash Brown falling quite low.
Well, getting taken out by Archer.
Focus, and a nade onto John will make that health bar disappear just a lot faster. Speedy in the backline will take a lot of picks. That'll be
Stopping at
very
44,
quick.
43.
Score.
I mean, if I have to say anything, I think XL2A have the firepower with that Winston comp to run through this first attack and possibly just make it to the checkpoint or to the final point as fast, just to try and make this into a one fight victory.
Ready for battle.
I like the bold decision on there choosing XL2. I myself have XL2 winning this one, but I can see it going that way as well.
If XL2 wins, my bracket is just all screwed up. So, I mean, I just hope we're gonna see like a little letdown here, maybe.
A little bit of an upset.
Upset, possibly. But we will have to see. We're still not seeing the Sigma, and I'm gonna be honest, I definitely expected it to come out, even if we're on Kings. You know, a lot of people say this is a brawl map, and it is, but you've got a lot of high ground here to deal with, and you've got two very talented DPS players who can help. You've got Illusionist on the Ana. You've got a lot of work cut out for you. I mean, all I'm saying is, where's the Sig?
We want it, John. We want the Sigma. Give it to us.
I mean, Golden Hash Brown with a nice pick on the Sonic, able to take care of the backline as the Winston's just not really there. That is something that this comp sort of is not able to do. Sort of needs a little bit of help doing, and it looks like a pretty big disparity on ult charges here. A pulse bomb or a high noon that takes one is just enough to win the map itself. It will be Kaz falling really low, but a nice peel by Archer, and a Speedy will go in to try and brawl. There is the Pharah out. Speedy will
Foxy
fall
takes
to
out Speedy. Oh my.
and win finds Kaz. It's not looking too good. Archer will get Fogsy, but it might just be too late. Archer needs... Okay, they need to back up here, not stagger, and maybe they will be able to fight... They will maybe be able to fight XL2B missing a support if they go fast. And that's exactly what it looks like they're doing, as Archer will drop onto point. Fogsy will regroup very soon, though. As John drops to the ground, there's the pulse bomb on the
Let's take on
K7.
K7.
But the backline will get traded. Illusionist falls too. Win is also going down, and this is looking quite even on point here. It's just ults that can possibly change this. Archer goes very low in the slow, and John pops that form, able to get so much health. Just
He
brawling,
is taken
speeding
out on the
down.
point.
Only Sonic to touch. Kaz with a nice sleep and nade. And nade able to destroy that, but it's just Sonic. Joe Mama's now there against
Joe
four.
B4.
Unfortunate. Archer is able to come back, going to be able to pop the primal, and it is a dogfight on point here. A nanoed win. Nanoed Casty will drop Archer's health bar down very, very low.
He
It's
dies
not
just as he
enough.
gets played.
That is
And it's a win for
3-0.
XL2 B. Golden Hash
that
Brown
one was
played the game. Not surprised here.
Very close. Oof, these shots are just smooth like butter.
Very smooth. Not a big fan of the crosshair choice, but great plays from Mr. Hash Brown there.
I mean, you've got two DPS very capable of playing that Sojourn, and that must feel so good. You've got Win, who got play of the game last map. You've got Golden Hash Brown, who got play of the game this map. They were both doing very, very well on the Sojourn. It's looking really well for XL2B.
No, I'm in agreement here. It's looking very, very good for their team. Very strong. Double DPS on the hits. Both of them strong with the Sojourn. Both of them strong with the Tracer. But Winterlex barely ever pulls it out.
I see
But
a new Queen Street ban going into push. Is this our first Runasapi game? We will have to see. We will have to find out. I mean, they have a chance to make history, possibly. I don't know about history, but some moves can be done. Looks like Flubber Tree will be opted to play in. I mean, like, personally, I do want to see the Junker Queen. I think Junker Queen can work really well on Colosseo and Runasapi. It just depends if Archer's going to bring out that Winston. Queen can do a lot of work in dealing with it. So it's a very big possibility if they decide to play that. We've seen XL2 A on Colosseo many times. I've seen the Speedy Junkrat come out on Colosseo and possibly even save the match, I believe.
Speedy's a known protector.
Known protector, possibly. And yeah, I mean, Flubber may bring the Hazard out. Hazard just really good on both maps at that. K7 is able to play Ana on both of them. Colosseo may be a little bit better, so that might be what they decide to choose just for a little bit of comfortability and familiarity. But a Runasapi would kind of be pretty fun to see in this match.
Runasapi would be pretty fun. I think Colosseo would be the better choice if I were to be the one making the choice here, but I'm not. So we'll see which way they go. Colosseo is the choice made.
a very common pick, but probably one of the least annoying um push maps to play on. Uh, it's definitely not someone's not on one of the best maps in the entire game, but when it comes down to a game like Push or a game mode like Push or game mode like even Flashpoint, sometimes you just have to go with um the best of the worst sort of.
Joe Mama coming out for A7 on the side of XL2 A. We'll see what also Flubbertree is subbed back in on the side of XL2 B. No, do not think we mentioned that part. We'll see what these changes have to say.
I mean, A7 I know plays Venture pretty constantly and pretty well at that. So we will have to see Caddick also coming in for Hash Brown, I believe, for Golden.
Yes.
And we'll be seeing a little bit of some changes here. Maybe Speedy plays the Junkrat. Like a Junkrat Venture is sort of just a way to sort of annoy the enemy team enough to win, possibly. If that's what they decide they'll have to resort to at that point. I mean, I'll be honest, it's worked against me multiple times as a Tracer player, as somebody who enjoys their sanity. We will have to see. Can't help but notice Win on the Ash. I feel like on Kings did a lot of work and hopefully able to deal with this dive from Archer and Speedy and maybe even A7.
Interesting DPS line on the side of XL2B, but it fits
Interesting
them.
DPS lines all around, really. Caddick on the Sombra.
Got XL2A with their two tricks on DPS.
I mean, hey, if I ever need someone to play Genji really well and maybe someone else, I'll just pick a 2-trick,
It's true. If Genji Venture is ever meta,
yeah,
those
we'll know.
First,
we'll know.
First on the phone bugs.
Caddick is able to find Sonic in this first sort of scuffle, and the bot will move for XL2B, but A7 will find a leap and
absolutely deleted.
Archer
good
will
anti-nade, by the way.
Yeah. And this team is working really, really well together. XL2B, they are doing a lot, as you notice. That speed, the wall, the jump, and the hack, it's all just coming right together for them. It's fitting in like a piece of a puzzle.
Everything's coordinated very well from that side, it appears.
And this momentum might prove to be really, really good for them. Here's the sort of second fight, as Flubbertree is going to go in with Caddick, and yeah, that is a lot of split pressure. You got the Sombra from behind, you've got the Hazard up front. It's a lot to deal with, and yeah, that will end that push and will drive XL2B to get forward spawn. Is XL2A going to crumble under this pressure, or is that early Nano able to build up and sort of get enough momentum? There's the Nano engage, but Win just takes one of their own, able to trade out, and Archer, the Nano target, sort of just zapping the backline. Caddick with a nice kill on a Kaz though. And yeah, it's looking
Nick 1 HP taken out by Flubber.
So 3v2 on point here. XL2A without their support for a while as Speedy walks in on the Cassidy. There's the orbital ray on the point, able to help Flubber get Speedy down, and this fight is sort of just staggering to completion, I guess. 86 and ticking.
XL2A is gonna have to find something here. They're gonna have to dig deep and find something here if they want this to turn around in their favor here. It's because it's not looking pretty.
Archer will pop the primal as both the Downpour and Bob come out. Archer will be going very low, even in primal, and Speedy will be forced to high noon at low health. Does end up taking out Win, but it is a 4v3 right now. XL2A sort of just need to give this until their tank comes back on Mauga. Oh boy. We're seeing a large EMP and a good group fight. Fogsy drops the beat in the middle of XL2A as
barely getting out here.
Not looking
Fogsy
like
does
it.
Die.
Will fall. And that will be a small break for XL2A as they move the spot back to the middle. We're seeing this Sombra do work wonders here. It seems to be kind of a kryptonite even for XL2A, as the bot was not able to reach the middle, and XL2B are able to sort of move in. Flubbertree will find themselves a little bit too far deep and fall from KA7 on Brig. quite an interesting sight to behold.
Fine, I'll do it myself, K7 says.
Yeah. That will be 5 minutes on the time bank, and XL2A are just getting their first few meters in. They will have to use these fights to snowball in order to get a lot of pressure, but Speedy's the target as Katic uncloaks in the back line and takes down Sonic. It's a lot of pressure from this Hazard, from this Sojourn, and XL2A will fall.
B taking another fight.
The bot will move closer and closer to XL2A's demise as it reaches the forward spawn, and they have nothing to do just to hold this point. There's the orbital ray and a lot of ultimates. A7's able to sort of win against that overclock, and Win falls. Fogsy will fall as well to a high noon. It's not looking too bad, just
A-team's still holding on just a little bit.
Just Illusionist to live, and Archer will try and find something. Will be another fight for bot control and possibly even the match if things go bad. There's a good initiation onto Archer.
Isolated and taken out.
And Kaz tries to pop the rally to save face a little bit, but it's not able to do much.
XL2 B just executing them perfectly.
Those hazard dives are looking absolutely beautiful right now. There's a charge onto point and the orbital ray. There's the beat on top of Archer's head to try and match. Nobody falls yet, but that beat is just gone quicker than it showed up, really. Speedy and Fogsy will both fall, so it's a 4v4, but Sonic finds themselves on the wrong side as KA7 will also drop dead. Archer
Paddoc's just not dying.
Paddock on the Sombra is doing a lot of work.
That's just cursed, as always.
Yeah, a little bit of a caster curse there, as Paddock will fall to A7, but the bot will move closer and closer. This is looking like a quick initiation from Archer.
Winrix is mounted by the Malga.
Caging the demons, it seems, as it goes a little bit wide. That is a pretty high value ultimate. If I was XL2 B, I'd be pretty happy to know that the threat of cage fight is gone right now.
Team fight winning ultimate is off the board by accident. I'm really much hoping it was not on purpose.
Well, it looked like there were 3, but disengage was pretty nice. High Noon comes out, but
great ult
from behind will just absolutely destroy. And looking at all of those assists on the kill feed, it's just amazing to see just a well thought, a very good planned out team fight. And this team comp looks kind of unbeatable. Got Speedy going to Junkrat. Right, you can't play Genji really into this that much. Archer on Reinhardt, possibly even, a sort of last-ditch attempt to brawl and win here. There's the orbital ray.
Fogsy's taken out.
Not bad, but Speedy falls to win. Sooner rather than later. We're seeing a 4v4. Archer trying to hold this space, getting hacked, but able to clear.
God, it's getting out on 1 health.
XL2 A is able to sort of push these guys back, but they're 5 people right now. They're a team of 5 right now, and this downpour is looking especially dangerous to a grouped up XL2 A.
10 seconds left on the clock, and they only need 1.
They really only need 1 team fight to win this, and Archer is walking up on that on the hazard. Unfortunately, does not shield off. Speedy will find Caddick in the backline, but Win is able to take down Sonic. It's a 4v4. Kaz
taken out.
Fogsy with a good rally, and Flubbertree is forced to back up at low health. This overtime will force these respawns to be quite long, so XL2A is able to snowball enough, they can win this map entirely. Sonic coming back from spawn, but Caddick is able to see this coming, almost able to get that pick, but there's the hack, and Speedy is able to match it though. Archer falls very low, tries to drop a shatter onto Flubbertree and able to get a pick, easy pick, but there's the orbital ray. Speedy and Archer will find one of their own, and it's looking like a disastrous fight. Win will find Speedy. It's not over yet, 3v3, but XL2B just has the time. They can do whatever they need, and now when their players are back, XL2B or XL2A's team will not be there because of the late spawns. It's a 3v5 right now. Not looking too good. A desperate Riptire.
More of a disadvantage.
Desperate Riptire, and Speedy will try and find somebody. It'll end up finding
Riptire.
There's the Tectonic Shock, able to get Fogsy, but it's really just Archer and Speedy on point. In order to deal with all of this, no supports means no assistance. Archer does not have much, and 2 ults come out to crush the hopes and dreams. That is a 3-0
injury. XL2B takes all 3 maps to win unanimously and take the crown, the #1 XL2 team. Shout out A7, my goat.
The Venture definitely did a lot of work there. Those Tectonic Shocks were placed or timed very well, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's GG's to everybody on these teams here. Still a very close match, I'd say.
Great work from both sides of the ball.
I wonder, I'm not doubting Archer's play whatsoever, because I remember Archer from last season in the Midnight Muses and just being able to dominate there. But I wonder how things would have changed had D's been there. Here or there, you can't ponder on the what ifs too much. XL2 B with a really solid performance tonight. But it does make you wonder. This being said, so XL2B getting this solid victory against XL2A now puts them in prime position. So later this week, I believe on Thursday, tomorrow, Ray, I'll get it right one of these days. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST, we will have Munchkins going up against Loot Boxers. And if Loot Boxers, who are currently sitting at number 2, take an L against the Munchkins, XL2B will actually get that number 2 seed, which will be pretty good for them. But overall, I think well deserved to stay at that number 3 seed, and I think it would be just as deserved if they were to get that number 2 seed. So well done to them. XL2A, being in Group A, will remain at the number 4 seed. So that'll be interesting. They'll play the number. Man, you think I know this? They will play the number 5 seed, so the top team of Group B will be their first opponent. So that could be XL2C, or that could be Cowboys. There are still 2 rounds of Group B's Swiss-style pool play to unfold, but right now, Cowboys and XL2C both looking very dominant in that group, so it'll be interesting to see who XL2A's first opponent will be going into the playoff. Overall, though, XL2B, I'll be honest, I feel like I had been hyped up to think that XL2A was supposed to be the top tier XL2 team, and XL2B kind of dethroned them from that title. What do you think went really well for XL2B tonight?
XL2B was so coordinated. Everything was just looking great. It looks like the communication was on point there. Everyone was talking. And they were all on the same page of the same book. Finally, for the first time in what feels like forever, and they looked great. They looked good.
For sure. Well,
I think the reason why XL2A was looking good was their coordination with these rules. And I don't want to say anything, but I'm hoping we can get a rematch with, the man himself.
Mr. The Rules.
Mr. The Rules. It's unfortunate that they were unable to show up, but
yeah, I either way though, I'm excited to see these two teams in their next match with whoever that may be. But again, tomorrow night we have got Loot Boxers and Munchkins. If you were here for this one, you definitely want to be here for tomorrow night's match. That will be a good one. Number 1, number 2 seeds going head to head, really to determine who's going to end up in the number 1 seed for the playoff. And we'll see what happens from there. But that is all we have for this evening. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. GG's to both teams, and congrats to XL2B. We'll just have to wait till see what tomorrow's match unfolds, so we hope to see you there. Have a good rest of your night.